This is a true story. On a cold, rigid night, it was cold out and rigid. I was home alone, enjoying a nice hot cup of hot chocolate. I hated it. The wind was howling, slamming the patio door. The weather was rigid and cold, and the wind was loud. I was up all night watching scary movies, drinking my hot chocolate. The night was eerie. It had a sinister feeling for some reason. My dog started barking, and that's crazy because he's a mute. So I knew something was off. The weather was cold and rigid. I decided to go check why my mute dog suddenly learned how to bark. I asked him, "What's wrong?" He said, "Woof." To my surprise, I then seen foot tracks leading from the woods to the back of my house. I was spooked and slammed the door and went to my basement, figuring I'd feel safer there. I was wrong. It was fucking horrifying, especially on a cold and rigid night like tonight. I then strapped on a set of nuts and walked upstairs into my dining room. I then grabbed my hot chocolate because it's cold out and rigid, and rushed to my bedroom where I then locked myself in, knowing there's an intruder around. I proceeded to hide under my blanket where the monster can't get me. I then heard creaking coming up the porch stairs. I was shivering, scared, and partly due to the cold and rigid weather, the footsteps stopped and the banging on the door commenced. It got louder and louder until I couldn't take it anymore and grabbed a second blanket. The banging turned to a smash. I knew he was in. I had to think fast, but I was all out of blankets. I can hear creeping footsteps entering the house, then down the hallway towards where I am. At the end of the hall is where my bedroom is located, and I shrieked. The intruder came to my bedroom door and just stood there, loudly breathing, and the only other sound was the howling wind howling loudly. The creep then pulled out a knife and scratched at my door, signifying he meant harm, which would suck. He then busted down my door and realized I had double protection of 2 blankets, and it was enough to deter him from attacking me, because that's kind of like code, right? He made the mistake of shouting out, "If you won't come out, I guess I'll take all of your shoes then." I fucking lost it, and I grabbed my 1,000 knives and stabbed him 1,000 times, even as he laid there dead on the floor. I snapped that fucker's neck and stole his shoes. Don't fuck with me when it comes to my shoes, bitch. I then spit on him. The end. If you guys want to hear more, follow Shoeman1000 on TikTok or subscribe to my YouTube channel, Shoeman1000. Stay deadly.